What is up, beautiful, blessed children of light? Just here, back with a weekly message. Just here to throw out some topics, just to talk about things going on in life and just to provide some insight on things. So, this week, just been meditating on the fact that every day is an amazing day. Every day is a great day. Every day is working for your good. Now, I'm not saying that we'll always see that it's always working for our good, but the reality is, it is. As long as you are progressing to the next day, it's working for your good. Just as a plant is buried, dies, and grows underground before it reaches light, each day is part of the process to make it the beautiful flower. We sometimes try to avoid the darkness, avoid the hard times, or discount them. But in reality, those times are actually the times that are helping us to grow into a better version of ourselves. Like I mentioned with the plant, if it wasn't for the darkness, the growth in the darkness first, then there would be no plant. Plants don't start above, seeds don't start growing, well, most don't, above the ground. They get their nourishment in the darkness where you can't see it. And that's how it is with our life. Most of our life to the general public or to other people is silent work. It's inward work. And that is the most important work. The kingdom is within, it's not without. So that means that the inward work is most vital to our outward life. If we work on our inward self more, our outward experience would be that much more grand. It's crazy, looking back on days to where you thought that you couldn't get through or they were really tough. Now that you look back on them, they don't seem that bad. When you get past that, you can't feel the toughness, the tiredness, the gruesomeness of that day because it was meant to make you better. That's the reality of it. Every single day is making you better. Whether in the moment it feels horrible, whether you lose a loved one or you just are having the worst day you feel like of your life, it doesn't matter. As long as you wake up the next day, that day has only made you better. It's the only thing that can happen. The only way it can affect you negatively is how you think on it. If you keep thinking negatively in the past, you will keep bringing up negative situations in your now. There's only now. There's not any past or future unless you think about it now. So you have to frame your day. You have to create the day that you desire to live. There are so many things that are fighting for our attention every day. God has blessed us with two amazing things: imagination and attention. The things in the world fight for your attention and your imagination, your attention and how you think and feel. If they can do that, then they can control your reality. The thing of it is, everybody has their own reality that they're living. We're like cameras. We can only picture or capture our own single reality. There are millions of other people, billions of other people who are capturing their single experiences. But we think that our experience is the only one. The reality is, you only have a version of reality. It is not the only reality. Everyone is out there creating their own personal realities every single day. And I believe that's why Jesus told us to have compassion, because the reality that people are creating, whether it is good or bad, they believe it to be true. I believe my reality to be true. They believe theirs to be true. It's not a thing of, oh, they're wrong and I'm right. They're right in their own eyes. No one actually believes most of the time that they are wrong, because if you believe something in your heart, it is so. So go out and have compassion on other people who are creating their own realities, because, it's tough. But when you realize that we are all creating our realities and you have compassion for others, you will get compassion on your life as well. So, just take each day as it is. If you don't like the day, before you go to bed, play the scenes back in your head and revise it, which means create it the way you desired it to be. It is a good practice that has been talked about in a couple of books that I've read. A great author, Neville Goddard, has talked about this approach, and you'll be surprised at how good you feel before you go to bed. Before you go to bed, the thoughts that you think create the next day's reality. If you're thinking on anxieties of bills and the pressures of life, it creates a day like that. So, doing a practice of just clearing your mind and being at peace. Now, that takes practice. I'm not saying that it can just be done so easily. It takes practice. But with practice, anything is achievable. So, as we go into our days, remember that this day is your best day. This day is making you great. Believe it in your heart, and you'll see every day as a blessing. Thank y'all for tuning in. Peace.